Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to have a showdown. And what we're going to compare is the Milwaukee versus the Klein deburring tools. Now, these tools are probably something that some job sites will not allow you to use. They're rated for PVC and copper. And we're going to test how sharp these are on our BESS C Scale. So getting into them, taking a look at them, you get a 2-pack with the Klein. I don't know if Milwaukee sells a 2-pack. This is a design of a deburring tool that's been around for a long time. I had another make one, I don't know if it was a General or what it was, a long time ago. It's still around, but it would not be fair to compare to these because these are brand new and haven't been used and abused. So this type of tool has been around a long time. Let's look at where they come from. The Kleins come from Vietnam and the Milwaukee comes from Taiwan. So pretty similar on their approach on everything. I believe they're all aluminum housings, metal clips, and the deburring tool itself. I do not know that these will allow you to change out the tips. You might have to get yourself a new tool. Some of the others that I've seen over the years, you can actually change the tips out. I have this Shaw V1 from a long time ago that you can even extend to get into harder spots, but this one, like the others, has some time on it. Probably wouldn't be fair to throw it into the ring in this showdown. Okay, so we're gonna just remove one of the Klein because we have a sample size of 1 from Milwaukee, and we'll just go with a sample size of 1 from Klein. Both of these are new, fresh out of the package, and we will see which one we think is better. Now, there's a few things we could compare here, one of which is how free is the twirly gig on the end of this thing, and the Milwaukee one is nice and free. The Klein one, you can see, isn't quite as free. The Milwaukee one, I can actually turn the handle and not twirl. You can see the gravity brings it back down. Not twirl the handle down. Now this one, we can spin it around, breaking the rules. Sample size of 2 now. We can still twirl that one around. So I do think the Klein out of the package is not as free. Is that bad? I'll let you decide. You can see it twirls easily when I push on my finger, but it is not free on its own. So if that's something that you're looking for, there's a difference there. This does have an Allen cap screw in the end of it, so I'm not sure if that would remove this deburr tool or not. Maybe you can get inserts for the Milwaukee. I'm not going to look it up. Let me know in the comments below. Nothing on the end of this. Fit and finish seems a little cheaper on the Klein here. The corners are not as crisp from what I'm seeing. Overall length is identical, the way it seems, between the two. They are both telling you that your eyeballs will get ruined from flying objects. They both have their part number and name. The Klein clip is metal. So is the Milwaukee. Feels, I know this is subjective, The tension feels very similar between the two. The Milwaukee is a stamped metal clip. The Klein is a silk screened clip. Let's compare weights, shall we? Weight is always a fun thing to compare. 0.74 ounces for the Milwaukee. 0.72 ounces for the Klein. So the Klein is a little bit lighter than the Milwaukee, not significantly, but it is a little lighter all the same. Something else that might be kind of fun here, and I might want to do our BESS C Scale test first, but I'm not going to. Let's see how hard these cutting surfaces are, just to see if we can figure out which one might hold its edge better for longer. So let's start first with the Klein this time. And I'm just going to go right on the edge of this cutting surface. I'm not going to go across the cutting surface, but I'm going to go on the edge of it. So I'm not really digging in with the 55. I think I'm just starting to dig in with the 60. I'm definitely digging in with the 65. So I'd put this at a low 61 to 63 maybe on the HRC. Now let's go right to the Milwaukee here and see. I think that's scale, because I'm kind of skating. This has a black anodizing covering on it. You can see I nicked it off there, but I didn't really dig in. And I'm digging in, but I think I'm digging in less easily. So I believe the Milwaukee's a little bit harder than the Klein. Now there's a few things that you can notice here on the both of these, and that is the way these tips are made. So this is a tool that is designed to lead into something. So the end of it kind of has this dummy feature and a cutter. You can see both of them have that lead. The Klein appears to have a slightly more smooth transition in the grind. When you get to the other side, you'll notice that it's all cutter on both. There's no transition piece. This is not really designed to work in that direction. You're meant to go kind of clockwise with these, if that makes sense. So that'll get everything going and taken off of the workpiece. So both of them have that feature. Okay, now the more fun test. Let's start with the Milwaukee. And it might be a little janky to hold because this one likes to flip around. But all we're going to do is I'm going to carefully push down on this. We're going to see where we cut through. 414. We cut through our BESS C Scale. Now let me reset and we will see what we get with the Klein. Okay, we're reset. We're going to come in here with the Klein about halfway, just like we did with the Milwaukee. $491. So sample size of 1. They're very similar, but I do believe the Milwaukee is a little sharper. And I believe from our hardness files that the Milwaukee might hold its edge a little bit better. So this was just kind of a fun play around in the shop type thing to compare some deburr tools. I find these really handy to have around. They have been kind of banned from a lot of job sites because it is technically a knife blade that if you get your fingers into it, you can cut yourself. So we had to ban them from job sites so people don't cut themselves. The easiest way to prevent injuries on a job site is to remove something, not educate people. So having this sort of thing is a handy thing to have if you're deburring things. I really wouldn't use this to deburr conduit anyway. It's not really what it's meant for, but if you're running PVC conduit, these things are great. Yes, you can just take your finger and deburr it, but you still kind of have some stuff in there, and if you're not wearing gloves, even the PVC could rip you up a little bit. So something like this, just give it a wrap quick. It really is kind of nice and quick with PVC to deburr things. If you're running plastic or fiberglass strut, something like this would be kind of nice as well. Even though you're going to waste it, it's not a super expensive tool that you can take and you can use this thing up and deburr those things and not really worry about damaging. Say you don't want to use regular, you could use your regular utility knife, but it is more awkward than just this thing. This thing does have the blunt end, so if you do get into something, it's not going to really stab into anything in that regard. It's just meant for deburring. Now, like I said, this is not meant for, you know, jagged pipes cuts done on a 300 machine with a pipe cutter. This isn't the tool to use to remove that. If you're deburring anything that's relatively soft, this might be your jam. I think a lot of the problems that come from these is people using them for the wrong thing, and that's what gets them banned from job sites. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you use these frequently? What do you use them for? Have you used them on EMT and gotten away with it, and they hold up a pretty long time for you? I'm not saying you can't use them on EMT. I'm just saying that the target for this is not EMT. The target for this is PVC and copper, softer materials like that. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Do you have either or both of these? Do you favor one over the other? Does your actual use of them reflect what our testing shows here, where I think the Milwaukee's probably a little bit better than the Klein? I believe they're somewhat similar price-wise. I didn't really look that up before the video, but I think if I had to pick between the two, from what I saw through the course of this video, I think I'd go with the Milwaukee. But we're going to give the Klein a go as well. Just see how they hold up. You'll probably see them in the background if I ever get some of the projects that I have here going finished and up on the channel. So let me know what you think. There's a growing number of people in the comments section. They're willing to share what they know, and I think that is great. It's very helpful for people who are on the fence of should I get this one or should I get that one. The comments really help people out, educate people. If something like this, you know, if you're using this Milwaukee version and the tool itself breaks out easy, or maybe that happens with the Klein, you bust the head off of it if you're getting into a workpiece, something like that. If you had a failure, please share what failed, and if you can, share what you were doing to make it fail, even if it's not what you should have been doing. It's helpful for people to understand the limits of the tools. If you were doing something kind of silly with it and it broke, it's still helpful because it lets people know that you can't push it quite that far, but maybe a lighter use, if they're not going to use it that hard, they would still be okay. So please share your stories on deburring tools in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.